Bram Stoker's Dracula, dude. Chapter 1. Left Munich at 8:35 p.m. on the 1st of May, arriving at Vienna early next morning. Should have arrived at 6:46, but the train was an hour late. Budapest seems like a wonderful place. From the glimpse which I got of it from the train and the little I could walk through the streets, I feared to go far from the station, as we had arrived late and would start as near the correct time as possible. The impression I had, dude! Oh man, you can read Drac. Look at this. Look at this. This is the real Dracula. I'm still going. 100 fucking pages. This is the whole book, dude. No way. No way. This is the whole book of Dracula in dayz. Whoa, 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 whoa! I just saw something hot. Is this real? Van Helsing ordered the formal arrangement to be adhered to, explaining that as Lord Godalming was coming very soon, it would be less harrowing to his feelings to see that all was left of his fiancée quite alone. The undertaker seemed shocked at his own stupidity and exerted himself to restore things to the condition in which we left them the night before, so that when Arthur came, such shocks to his feelings as we could avoid were saved. Poor fellow, he looked desperately sad and broken. Even his stalwart manhood seemed to have shrunk somewhat under the strain of his much-tried emotion. He had, I knew, been very genuinely and devotedly attached to his father, and to lose him, and at such a time, was a bitter blow to him. With me, he was as warm as ever, and to Van Helsing he was sweetly courteous. But I could not help seeing that there was some constraint with him. The professor noticed it too, and motioned me to bring him upstairs. I did so, and I left him at the door of the room, as I felt he would like to be quite alone with her. But he took my arm and led me in, saying huskily, "What the fuck is this dude talking to you huskily for while his girl is dead, bruh?" "You loved her too, old fellow. She told me all about it. And there was no friend that had a closer place in her heart than you. I don't know how to thank you for all you have done for her. I can't think yet." Here he suddenly broke down, and threw his arms round my shoulder, and laid his head on my breast, crying, "Oh, Jack, Jack, what shall I do? The whole of life seems to have gone from me all at once, and there's nothing in the wide world that was for me to live for." I comforted him as well as I could. In such cases men do not need much expression. A grip of the hand, the tightening of an arm over the shoulder, a sob in unison, are expressions of sympathy dear to a man's heart. Yeah, 'cause we don't do all that bitch shit. Even though everything you talk about right now is bitch shit. I stood still in silence till his sobs died away, and then I said softly to him, "Come and look at her." This is so weird. Did this guy bang this guy's girl, and then she's dead now, and they're just like talking about it? Like, yeah, we both banged her, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got that pussy, I got that pussy, man, we got that pussy. Yeah. Together we moved over to the bed, and I lifted the lawn from her face. God, how beautiful she was. Every hour seemed to be enhancing her loveliness. It frightened and amazed me somewhat. This dude's a necrophiliac. He's looking at a dead chick and he's like getting horny. He's scared because she's dead, and he's horny because he's amazed by it. And as for Arthur, he fell to trembling, and finally was shaken with doubt, as with an ague. What the fuck is an ague? Alt tab. Google. I'm going to Google. I don't give a fuck about my audience. I don't give a fuck about what's going on. We're going on fucking Google, bro, to look up what ague means. Do this. dayz. dayz is a hardcore fucking zombie survival game. We gotta read Bram Stoker's Dracula in game, in the dark, the pitch black of night. just to keep the immersion up. Even though I just broke it. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Ugh. Too much talking. Too much talking. Alright, ague. Ague. Malaria or some other illness involving fever and shivering. A fever or shivering fit. Plural noun, ague. Wow, you learn some new shit every day, bruh. Woo! Motherfucker! He felt the trembling and was finally shaken with doubt as with an ague. So like he was like shaking and was like, oh, no, I don't know what's going on. Like he was sick. Alright, that's what that means, motherfuckers. Yeah. At last, after a long pause, he said to me in a faint oh shit. At last, after a long pause, he said to me in a faint whisper, Jen, is she really dead? I assured him sadly that it was so, and went on to suggest, for I felt that such a horrible doubt should not have lasted for a moment longer than I could help. And it often happened that after death faces become softened and even resolved into their youthful beauty. This was especially so when death had been preceded by any acute or prolonged suffering. I seemed to quite do away with any doubt, and after kneeling beside the couch for a while and looking at it lovingly and long, he turned aside. I told him that must be goodbye, as the coffin had to be prepared. But we went back and took her dead hand in his and kissed it. You sick fuck! You licking this dead lady's hand, bro? And bent over and kissed her forehead. Aww. He came away, fondly looking back over his shoulder at her as he came. What? He came away, fondly looking back over his shoulder at her as he came? This dude was on his knees, blowing this other dude, and he came away, and while he was coming in this dude's mouth, he was looking over his shoulder at his dead girl while he did it, bruh. Damn! This crazy shit right here, man. This Bram Stoker, Dracula, dog, this shit crazy, man. I left him in the drawing. Oh shit! I left him in the drawing room and told Van Helsing that he had said goodbye. So the latter went to the kitchen and to tell the undertaker's men to proceed with the preparations and to screw up the coffin. The fuck? They're gonna screw up the coffin? Like they're just gonna fuck it up? No, motherfucker. What they gonna do is put the screws in that shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't call them, nailing the coffin, man. What you talking about, man? Alright. When he came out of the room again, I told him of Arthur's question, and he replied, I am not surprised. Just now I doubted for a moment myself. We all dined together, and I could see that poor Art was trying to make the best of things. Van Helsing had been silent all dinner time, but when he had lit our cigars, these motherfuckers are puffing up that herb, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That girl just died, and they're about to smoke some herb. That shit's legal in like motherfucking 31 states right now, cuz. When he had lit our cigars, he said, Lord. But Arthur interrupted him. No, not that, for God's sake. Not yet, at any rate. Forgive me, sir. I do not mean to speak offensively. It is only because my loss is so recent. The professor answered very sweetly. I only used that name because I was in doubt. I must not call you mister, and I have grown to love you. Yes, my dear boy, to love you as Arthur. What the fuck is going on, dude? Arthur held out his hand and took the old man's warmly. Call me what you will, he said. I hope I may always have the title of a friend, and let me say that I am at loss for words to thank you for your goodness to my poor dear. He paused a moment and went on. I know that she understood your goodness even better than I do, and if I was rude or in any way wanting at that time, you acted so. You remember, the professor nodded. You must forgive me. What the fuck, man? All these guys, plotted to murder that girl and bang the shit out of Arthur. That's what the story's about. He answered with a grave kindness. I know it was hard for you to quite trust me then, but a trust such violence needs to understand, and I take it that you do not, that you cannot trust me now, but you do not yet understand. And there might be more times when I shall want you to trust when you cannot, and may not, and must not, blah blah blah. Fuck this book, dude. The apocalypse. The fuck? The fuck? The fuck?
Is this real life right now, dude? Oh my god, I'm like DC'd from the fucking server?
Fuck this game!